the summer of 1518, something deeply unsettling began in a city in Europe.
A woman stepped into the street in what is now Strasbourg and started to dance. Not in celebration, not for performance, but in a way that, according to reports, she couldn't seem to stop. And within days, she would no longer be alone. Historical records from 1518 describe a strange outbreak of compulsive dancing in Strasbourg, then part of the Holy Roman Empire. This event is real, documented in municipal records and later accounts. It would come to be known as the Dancing Plague of 1518. But even today, what exactly happened remains debated. The earliest accounts describe a woman, often called Frau Trophäa in later writings, who began dancing in the street and could not stop. At first, people assumed it was illness, or perhaps a strange personal episode. But she continued, for hours, then days, and slowly, something unusual began to happen. Others joined her, not in a coordinated performance, but in what seemed like an uncontrollable compulsion. As more people became affected, concern spread through the city. The authorities of Strasbourg were unsure what they were dealing with. Some believed the cause might be medical. Others thought it could be spiritual or psychological. In a decision that seems strange today, they briefly allowed the dancing to continue, even encouraging movement, based on the belief that letting it run its course might help. Musicians were reportedly brought in at one point, though the effectiveness of this is unclear from surviving records. But the situation did not improve. Over the following weeks, more people reportedly joined the outbreak. Historical accounts describe participants dancing in the streets for long periods, often without rest, until they collapsed from exhaustion. Some records suggest that a number of people may have died due to strain and fatigue, though exact numbers were never reliably confirmed. What is clear is that the city became overwhelmed by an event no one understood. Modern historians and researchers have proposed several explanations, but none are proven. 1. Mass psychogenic illness, leading theory. The most widely accepted explanation today is mass psychogenic illness, sometimes called mass hysteria. Strasbourg in 1518 was under severe stress, famine pressures, disease outbreaks, economic hardship, high levels of religious fear. In such conditions, extreme psychological stress can sometimes manifest in shared physical behaviors. 2. Ergot poisoning, less likely. Another theory suggests contamination of rye by ergot fungus, which can produce powerful psychoactive compounds. However, ergotism typically causes convulsions and severe illness, not sustained, coordinated dancing, making this explanation controversial. Church 3. Religious and cultural interpretation. At the time, many people believed the event was spiritual in nature. Some saw it as punishment. Others thought it could be linked to saints associated with dancing-related ailments, such as Saint Vitus. These interpretations reflect the worldview of the era, not modern medical understanding. After several weeks, authorities shifted their approach. Reports indicate that some of the dancers were taken to a shrine outside the city dedicated to Saint Vitus, a site associated with recovery from such conditions. Over time, the outbreak gradually subsided. There was no single clear end moment, it simply faded. And importantly, no similar event of the same scale is recorded in Strasbourg again. The Dancing Plague of 1518 remains one of the most unusual mass events in European history, not because it is completely unexplained, but because it sits at the intersection of psychology, environment, and belief in a time of extreme hardship. A reminder that sometimes history's strangest events are not supernatural, but human. So what do you think happened in Strasbourg in 1518? A medical mystery? A psychological chain reaction? Or something we're only beginning to understand even now?